Hello and welcome. It's so nice to have you here. Using a banking app on your phone is so convenient, but have you ever wondered if you're keeping it as safe as possible? Well, today we're going to talk about one very simple but very important step: how to safely log out. I promise by the end of our time together, you'll feel completely confident and in control. So, what does it even mean to log out? Let's think of it this way. Your banking app is like a special private door to your bank. When you're done inside, logging out is simply locking that door behind you. It's a small step that keeps everything inside safe and sound. Here's what we're going to walk through together today. First, we'll talk more about your digital bank door. Then, we'll get into why logging out really matters. After that, I'll show you the simple steps to do it. We'll also clear up a common mix-up, the difference between just closing an app and truly logging out. And we'll finish up with some tips on building safe habits. All right, let's start with your digital bank door. You would never leave your house without locking the front door, right? Of course not. Well, your banking app is no different. It's the front door to your finances. And logging out is just like turning the key in the lock to make sure everything is secure. So, why is this one little action so important? Well, it's really about your peace of mind. When you take that extra second to log out, you can go about your day without a worry, knowing that your financial information is protected. It's a wonderful feeling. Let's look at 3 really good reasons to make logging out a habit. First, and most importantly, it keeps your money safe. It also protects all of your private information, things like your account numbers and your history. And of course, it gives you that priceless peace of mind. When you log out, you are protecting yourself. This brings up a really good question, doesn't it? When exactly should you be logging out? Is it something you only need to do once in a while? The answer is really, really simple. You should always log out as soon as you're finished. It doesn't matter if you were just checking your balance, paying a quick bill, or transferring money. The moment you're done, that's the time to log out and lock that digital door. Okay, now for the practical part. Let's go through the simple steps to log out. I want to reassure you, even though banking apps can look a little different from each other, the way you log out is almost always the same. We'll walk through it together right now. All right, first step. In your app, look around for a button that says Menu or More, or maybe an icon that looks like a little person. That's usually your profile button. Go ahead and tap on that. Next, a list of options will appear. You'll just need to find the one that says Log Out or Sign Out. It's often near the bottom of the list. Then, just tap it. Sometimes it might ask you if you're sure. Just tap again to confirm. And that's it. You've done it. So how do you know for sure that it worked? It's easy. After you log out, the app will take you right back to the main login screen, where it asks for your username and password. When you see that screen, you can smile, because it means your account is now locked up and secure. Now, let's talk about something that's really important to understand, because it can be a little confusing. We need to look at the difference between simply closing the app and actually logging out. They really aren't the same thing at all. Here's the key difference. When you tap that logout button, you are safely and securely locking your account store. But if you just close the app, say by swiping it off your screen, you might be leaving that door unlocked for a little while. So to be extra safe, always use the logout button. But what if you get distracted and forget? We're all human. It happens. Please, don't worry. The great news is most banking apps have a safety feature built right in. They will automatically log you out if you haven't touched the screen for a few minutes. So while it's always best to log out yourself, it's nice to know there's a backup plan. We're almost at the end. I'd love to talk now about how to turn this into a simple, easy routine. Building just a few good habits is truly the best way to stay protected and feel confident whenever you use your app. Here's a little safety checklist for you to keep in mind. First, just like we talked about, always log out when you're done. Second, and this one is so important, never, ever share your password with anyone. And third, make sure you are only using your bank's official app from your phone's official app store. By remembering these simple things, you are doing the right thing to keep yourself safe. And I want to leave you with this thought, because it's the most important one of all. You are in control of your digital safety. These simple steps put you in the driver's seat, empowering you to protect your money and your information. So let's just think back on what we've learned today. You've learned a very simple but very powerful way to protect yourself. You now understand what logging out is, why it's so important, and exactly how to do it. You've taken a wonderful step toward feeling completely confident with your online banking. Thank you so much for joining me today. Subscribe to Tech Made Easy for Seniors for more simple and safe banking lessons.